Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning? Thank you guys for tuning in to the 623 Lives Matter show on WOOM 92.9. You guys could have been listening to any other station, but it's good that you're listening to us and everybody that's watching on Facebook. Thank you again for tuning in. I got my partner here, my right hand man. Um, Clarence Bagby. We've been through so many battles. We're looking forward to going through so many more. But we're going to jump right into this. Yesterday, I received a text from a member from our Oregon Avenue location. And in that message, the member asked, well, he told me that another member had asked him if the 623 Lives Matter team was in office. What would we do differently than what the guys that's in office right now? I sent the message out, and I told the member to make sure he relayed that message. And I'm gonna tell you what I told that member, along with some other things. The number one thing that we would have done differently than what our guys in office have done is transparency. There wasn't any transparency through this whole process. So the number one thing that we would have done, we would have had a rank and file committee alongside of us, so that you guys would have known what was going on through the whole process from October up until now. There wouldn't have been, oh, well, what's going on? What's up with this? And also, you guys would have been able to go on the 623 local 623 website and found out what you needed to find out if you couldn't get in contact with one of us, or if you couldn't contact one of the rank and file committee members. That's the number one thing we would have done. Number two thing we would have done, the IBT wouldn't have been able to bully us around like they do these guys. Our principal officer, he just keeps saying over and over again that he's not going to do anything to undermine the IBT. And you see what the IBT did. This whole brownout situation. No one knew anything. The people that were telling their members things, they kicked them off the committee. So if they would have kicked us off, that would have been fine because we didn't care. You can check our record. You know that we don't have any problem with standing up to the IBT high for anybody. It's well documented. They have videos about it. It's written down in stone. You can go back to 2016 convention and you will see that there is no fear when it comes to taking on anybody. IBT, UPS, the people in office. It really doesn't matter who it is. The number three thing that we would have done was, especially when it comes to all this pension situation, if the pension was a problem, you guys would have known about it way before July. Way before July. There was no reason why we had to wait until the month the contract was supposed to expire.
But do you remember that you asked Shanahan this a few meetings ago? How was the pension? He said the pension was all right.
Yeah, I know.
So now he's telling us that so how you go from being all right to now it's owing $6 million?
That's what I'm saying. That's why the transparency part is the biggest issue that I wish people could understand. You know what I mean? That's the number one issue that you guys would not have had to worry about. You guys would have known about the pension, and I got a call from someone. I think it was a couple of days ago. It might have been yesterday. It was talking about this whole pension situation and everything like that. And I explained it to the member like this here. Now, they had no problem with telling us how much money we would lose and if we didn't vote yes the first time. They had no problem with that. But my issue with that is this. Tell me why the pension is $6 million short. Just don't tell me why I got to pay it and how much money. Tell me why. And this is what I told the member. I don't know how you guys, everybody that's watching. Now, my energy provider is a company called Pico. Now, when Pico send me a bill, they say, hey, Mr. Hooker, you owe such and such amount. And then, if you turn over to the next page, it'll show you why you owe the money. It'll give you a graph. It'll say, hey, you use it like this here, and it'll fluctuate this. It shows me what I owe, and that way, if I have any questions, I can refer to that paper and say, hey, look, okay, now I understand why I owe this money. or why this is why the bill was high, this is how the bill was low. We didn't get that. They just say, hey, look, the pension is $6 million short. If you guys don't vote yes the first time, they're going to take part of your raise and put it to the pension. I made a video a couple of days ago on Sunday with my son, and I was told that I misspoke, and I said that they would take our raise. I didn't specify that it would just be part of a raise. For that, I apologize. I know I made a lot of videos where I did go into specifics about how they would take the raise and this, that, and the other. So for that, I apologize. Please forgive me. Charge it to my head, not my heart. All right? So again, to that member who wants to know what we would have done differently, you guys, everybody would have known every step of the way. There's so many other locals who had conference calls. They were very, very transparent with their members. So when it came time to say, hey, look, this is what we've done, there was no questioning, because they see what was going on through the whole process. And we said it, I don't know how many times, Clarence, the more transparent you are, the more trust you have. If you're not transparent, then you don't have no trust. And I believed in my heart that after what these guys did in 2013 with all the lies and all they wasn't being transparent, I really thought they was going to change the way they negotiate. But it actually got worse. You know what I mean? They actually got worse. They waited and told us about this pension in July. The contract was set to expire in July. So don't come and tell us, hey man, look, the pension is short, you got to pay such and such if you don't do it the first time. That's not how you do business with people, especially when they're paying you. You can say whatever you want to say. What other business venture that you have where you would allow this to happen? If you go out and buy a house or buy a car, you're not going to let no flim-flam stuff go like that. So why do we let the flim-flam go on in this local union? I have no idea. People can say whatever they want to say, do whatever they want to do. These guys are not for us. They prove it over, and they're for the people that support them. I'll give you that. If you support them, man, they are for you. But if they have any inclination that you're not with them, man, they will not fight for you. And there's documented proof. But we're not going to go into all that. We'll save that for when the time is right. We're here to talk about the contract and what we would have done differently. Transparency. Stood up to the IBT. You guys would have known every single step what was going on. There would have been no, well, we're not going to tell you this or we're not going to tell you that. The website is such a travesty and an embarrassment to this union. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Clarence, they still have Jeff Hester as the trustee on there.
Last I checked, yeah.
He's still on there. He's still on there. Now, that's just not right. Jeff is a good guy, but he's not a trustee. So they need to update that. They could have put these proposals on there. They could have shown us, well, we would have shown you what proposals that were accepted and what proposals were denied. You would have known, even if you wasn't on the committee, you could have went to the website and said, hey, look, the article, I believe it's what, 673 or 63 or 78, one of those about more guaranteed hours for 73. They wanted more guaranteed hours, 73. You would have seen the process and what was going on with every article that you guys proposed. Everything that you guys would have wanted, you would have saw. You could have went to it on the website. Hey, look, this is why this article wasn't accepted. This is what we're doing right here. You guys would have seen that every step of the way. And again, the ballots are out. The ballots are out. You got until October I believe the 5th at 1 o'clock. That's the last vote. 1 o'clock, October the 5th. They're going to count them on October the 5th at 8 o'clock. So you got to vote. Vote now. Don't wait. I know a lot of people say, I got it. I'm going to do it when I get home. I'm going to wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. The longer you wait, the easier it is for you to forget. And another thing that we got to touch on today is this. A lot of people are confused with this, how they sent the ballot. When you open up your ballot, there's a pamphlet that tells you to vote yes. To vote yes. A lot of people are confused because if you're telling the people no, then you have our leaders, elected leaders that we're paying telling us to vote no. people are confused. I got a phone call from a member that works downstairs on midnight. She was like, "Hey, Hook, man, you guys telling us to vote no, but I got this letter in the mail, this ballot, and it's telling me to vote yes. I don't know what to do." So I had to explain it to her why that our officials and the IBT and UPS are all collusion together to try to get this yes vote. And I told her, "Hey, look, read it for yourself. If you don't understand, call me back. We'll talk about it. But whenever you have the company and your officials working together against you, that is a major, major red flag. You should question that every step of the way." So again, that member who asked that question, number one thing you would have had was transparency through the whole process. You wouldn't have to question anything, because this whole thing with Jumbo is really blown out of proportion. And I know Jumbo, he's kind of adding fuel to the fire himself. That's the kind of person he is, and I can understand that. But again, the biggest issue with this whole thing is there's no transparency, because people are quick to forget. Not long ago, in our meetings, when we asked about transparency, and we asked them, are they going to give it to us this time because they lied in 2013? What did our principal? Oh man, we didn't lie. He sat up there on that stage and told us that he was not for this contract, but he was outside passing flyers. So that's the same thing everybody is blaming Jumbo for. Like I said, if he did, then prove it. But it's the same thing. Shanahan did the same way. But people don't want to talk about that. And I get it, it's all political. The guys are fighting for their political lives. They know that this is their last run, and they know it, and they're scared. They're doing anything they can do to try to weasel their way back in there. They are not. They are done. And they know they're done. So, again, this is what we would have done. Transparency, stood up to the IBT. You guys would have known there would have been no brownout. You guys would have known everything. You could have went to the website and saw every article and how it was negotiated. If you go to Joint Council 10 Facebook page, they actually have it on there where they'll tell you, hey, on this article on this day, this is what we did. On this article on that day, this is what we did. This is where we at. This is when we gonna meet again for this. You guys would have known every meeting. You guys would have known where we would have been at. You guys would have known everything about negotiations, because it's your money and you deserve to know. We are paying for something that we're just not getting. I don't care how you feel about it. These guys they're not for us. Say what you want. They're proving it. Look at the contract they negotiated. They going around telling people it's the best contract. You got part-timers been there all these years. Somebody come off the street making just as much money as them, and they think that's good. Yeah. Half an hour lunch, and they think that's good.
You gotta ask yourselves this one question. Everybody knows that UPS, they always want to send people home early, always want to cut you out early. They are not in the giving mood.
No.
So why would they give our pension $6 million if this contract don't benefit them more than it benefits us? And the three things that Rich touched on, we've already done as far as transparency. We wear our attitudes on our sleeve, so you know anything about us, we let people know. And we have a Facebook page, 623 Lives Matter. We put up anytime we get information about something, it goes up there.
Yep.
Whether it's weather related,
right,
whether it's job related,
right,
anything UPS related, if we can bring it to you, we will bring it to you.
Right.
That's transparency. And as far as stand up to IBT, we've done that.
We already did it.
We if you see the pictures from the convention, we've stood up to every. It takes a lot to walk into an auditorium filled with Hoffa supporters, where though they're yelling and cursing, screaming at you, yelling. These guys play so many high school games as far as taking out name tags off, throwing them on the floor, putting stickers on our backs and all that type stuff. So, and we asked Shanahan in the meeting, before these negotiations even started, are you guys going to be transparent and let us know what's going on? His words were, yeah, we're going to be transparent. That's what he said.
He said they said they were transparent in 2013 too. And you see how that ended up. You see how
That's
that
what
happens.
they said.
You see what I'm saying?
But like I said, and my thing is, you're telling me that the pension is $6 million in behind. We need $6 million, but you're not telling me why. So how you going to say that the members are going to have to pay $6 million if we vote no, and you're not telling us why we even behind $6 million?
And that's the issue.
That's just like Rich brought up the election bill. Say I'm a car guy, so my analogy would be, your car break down, take it to the mechanic. Mechanic say it's gonna be $1,000 to fix. All right, well, what you fixing?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
it could be something as far as oil change, anything.
Right.
You want to tell me it's $1,000? Tell me why.
Tell me
You
why.
want me to pay $1,000?
That's it.
So all we want to know is why. Tell us why. That's all we want to know. And the fact is, once you come to your membership and you tell them that you got to vote this way or else,
That's
then,
it.
Then
That's it.
then you're taking their vote away from them.
Right.
And as a leader of a local, you have 3,000 members behind you. How can you come and tell us you want us to support you and believe in you, when as though you don't even believe in yourself? Because if you're telling us that this is the best deal you can get, and if we vote no, you can't get nothing better, then you shouldn't even be negotiating.
You shouldn't.
I mean, why are you negotiating? Because this is the same contract we're voting on now was voted down by like 80% in 2013.
Right.
So why would you give us the same thing to vote on
And then threaten us if you don't do it the first time.
and then threaten us
That's
that if
unbelievable.
we don't vote on it?
Unbelievable.
So where's the improvement?
There isn't none.
The half-hour lunch is a concession. Because right now, if you take a half-hour lunch, you get paid an hour. So you're going to tell the drivers they're not going to bring them drivers in earlier. All they're going to do is give them a half-hour more worth of work. And if that's the case, if this contract do go through, drivers ain't got to worry about no overtime because 22-4 is going to take all that. So this is a really bad deal for all of us.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a domino effect. So we all need to vote this down and send them back to the table.
Yes.
And my thing to Shanahan, if you can't go back to the table and come back with now, the thing is, if we vote it down, you have to go back to the table. So if you're saying you can't do your job, then why?
Then,
Why
right.
you there?
Why you there? Right. I agree. And that's this whole thing. You know, we paid them to fight for us, not to come back and threaten us. Because like one of the drivers said at the meeting, I believe it was in August or July, like you just said, he said if we voted down a supplement 5 years ago and it was trash, you come back with the same trash with a threat. And we supposed to say, okay, well, they're gonna take my pension away, or they're gonna take part of my raise and put it in the pension. That's not how you do things. That's why I can't understand, man. I just don't for the life of me, man, I don't know what happened. Maybe they always been like this and we was with them, man, and we overlooked some things. You know what I mean? But this couldn't have happened overnight, Clarence.
You know what it is? It's kind of like if you're, let's just say you're walking down the street and you have 3 big bodyguards with you.
Mm-hmm.
You big and bad because you got them 3 bodyguards with you.
Right.
But if you ain't got them bodyguards with you, now you got to defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're exposing yourself. So if you're going to do it, then you're going to do it. And my thing is, maybe they were always weak and were covered up by other strong
Right.
men.
Right.
So, but now that you're in that spot, the weakness is shining through.
Right.
Because there's no way I'm going to tell my members that you got to vote this way or else. And the fact of the matter is, they didn't stand up to the IBT as far as the convention.
Nah.
Because they didn't even go.
Yeah, they scared.
But you don't go to the convention and tell the IBT, you came to my hall, you told my members this, you told my members that, and now you're gonna have to answer to that. But instead, you didn't go there to say that, but you go to celebrate a couple months later. You go to celebrate,
Right. But no fighting though.
but no fight.
No fight. Celebrate, but no fight.
So I can't have nobody running my local who's scared to stand up for me. That's a shame.
They'll fight you. They'll fight you. They'll go and talk bad about you, but you know, behind your back and say. I remember one guy told me, "Well, I'll wait until I need to say it. I ain't gonna say it right now. I'll wait." I'll keep that in my back pocket. I'll wait until I need to say it. Something happened at the hub. Was it yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday. And we went out local to know what it was, and we went to the Facebook world to know, and the radio land to know. Something really bad happened at last night at the hub, and it's one of the reasons why we are voting no on this contract, and it falls under this harassment. UPS are number one in logistics and number one in harassment. Last night, one of our alternate shop stewards, well, it started with you guys. The same supervisor was harassing you guys.
Yeah. Like, we actually have a grievance pending, so we can't go into detail.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, when it comes to harassment, a supervisor can say something to you, you say the same thing to them, you get fired. It's such a double standard inside that building. Is ridiculous.
Right.
And one of the biggest things that we want to address in this contract was harassment.
That was the number one thing, Clarence. The number one thing was harassment. When I went to Utah, that's all they talked about was harassment. When I went back home to North Carolina, that's what they talked about. They talked about harassment. One driver in Carolina told me that the division manager came up in the area and took one of the drivers over in the corner and was just laying into him, yelling on in his face, all kind of stuff. So I asked him, I said, man, what did your officials do down here? You know what he said? They ain't do nothing. They ain't do nothing. So when all these proposals went in, we wanted strong language on harassment. That was the number one issue was harassment. It didn't happen. All they did was added some extra words in there, and there's no guarantee that you're going to get paid. It say that you will be the person will be empowered to pay you. It doesn't say you will get paid.
See, that's that gray area.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Area.
So they didn't do it. They just added some fancy words to make it seem like they did something. They got a sitting arbitrator, this, that, and the other. The committee gonna meet. The union committee, that's more money from the dudes that we're gonna pay, and all this other kind of stuff, just for them to say, well, you may not get paid. So I'm gonna tell you what happened. This is what happened after the whole situation with Clarence and other shop steward and the supervisor. Nothing happened. So then the supervisor goes up to the alternate shop steward, puts his hands on the steward, and pushes him. Now you would think that, hey man, you know what, man, we see this supervisor's a problem. We're gonna have to, get this guy out of here. No, they let the supervisor continue to work in the building. They sent them upstairs. So after toward the end of the night, the supervisor comes back to the area where him and the hourly had an altercation, him and the shop steward, in the same area. Now what would have happened if the shop steward would have retaliated on the supervisor?
That's easy.
He'd have been done.
That's right.
He'd have been done. So I want you guys, man, to share this everywhere. All my USW, IATSE, Carpenters, IBEW, I want you guys to share this point. Because I want the public to know that UPS are nothing but a big bunch of bullies. That's all they do. They harass you to death. They don't care nothing about you. They're hoping that they can harass you enough to make you make a mistake. What they did to this shop steward, man, is not right. If to any member, they have no respect for the union. They have no respect for the hourly. And I told the district manager when I was at Oregon Avenue handing out stuff and when we had our rally that these things go on, and she didn't want to believe it. So Miss Tracy Parker, I'm gonna go on UPS UPS, the UPSers. I'm gonna put this up there. I'm gonna go to Twitter. I'm gonna go everywhere. The people need to know this is the company we work for. They always want to talk about how much money we get paid, and they want to talk about the benefits. They want to talk about all this other kind of stuff. But let's talk about the harassment. That was the number one issue the union had to do. They didn't do it. And these things are going to continue to happen. The fact that he put his hand on another a member is a problem, and to still be able to work. Remember a couple was it last year, a couple years ago, when the supervisor had sexually harassed the young lady. They didn't get rid of him. They moved him to the other building.
No, what I know exactly what you're talking about because I was
Right,
there.
right,
And we fought tooth and nail. We want this dude gone.
right.
No woman should have to come to work and feel like they are a target from anybody, man, woman, no matter the case may be. You come to work, you need to be able to feel safe.
Right.
And a supervisor, but for a supervisor to do that until this day still work, but
Yes.
it's a different bill,
Right.
it's bull.
Right.
Because if it was an hourly, that hourly
He'd have
would
been
be
done.
gone.
It'd have been
He
done.
would be gone. No, it is when it comes to us, it's zero tolerance.
Yes.
But when it comes to them, oh well, we gotta look at it. We gotta talk about it. It should be zero tolerance on both sides.
Right. Right. Right.
And I remember that was
right.
sad.
And that's the problem. This harassment language, man, it has to get fixed. These guys are going to continue to do this. Like I said, I'm reaching out to the carpenters, Paul Prescott with the teachers, the Philadelphia Federation of Teachers. I'm reaching out to my man Anthony Downing with the BCTGM. The people need to know that this is why we vote no. One of the main reasons why we vote no. This harassment is out of control. For this guy to still they let him go. He's not there today. They got to do some type of investigation and all this stuff. The fact that he was still in the building and then able to come back into the area where he had the altercation with the member, put his hands on him, and nothing happened. Now, if this member were retaliated, man, the cops would have been called, all kind of stuff. The harassment has to end. If it doesn't end, man, they're going to have another Alabama situation. They're going to have another San Francisco situation. And it's all because of this harassment that they do not stop. And I'm telling you, I'm blasting it everywhere because there is no reason, like Clarence said, you can't come to work and feel safe. The job is already enough. Then you got to deal with being harassed and talked down to. That's not right. We don't come to work to be harassed. We come to work and we expect to be respected. We expect to be, treated with dignity and all these kinds of things. For them to keep doing this kind of stuff, man, I can go on and on and on and on and on. I told Miss Tracy Parker, I got a book with grievances for harassment, just like you.
You know what?
Just like you.
And here's the thing about that. I got a ton of harassment grievances. And all of them in the same way. We ain't gonna do it again.
Right.
Come to me with abide by 36,
37. That's the same thing.
That's all
they say.
So you can put 100 harassment grievances in, and that's all they're going to put on there.
Right.
That could be why it's coming out.
Right. You're right. And like my brother AG, I talked to him the other day, and if you guys get a chance, listen to his podcast, 804 Podcast. We was talking the other day, and he brought up some very good points about how, the importance of voting. About 175,000 people didn't vote last time, and the vote was passed by about 4,000. It was 34,000 and some change to about 30,000 no's. So if people vote, man, this contract is going to get shot down, and the company and the IBT knows that. That's why they did all they could do, all this propaganda. They put these yes pamphlets and these ballots to try to confuse people. I'm telling you guys, do not be confused. Do not let this make you delusional of what's going on. These guys are trying to play games with your thoughts. Is, hey man, look, if these guys are telling me to vote yes, I gotta vote. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. I'm telling you, these guys are not for us at all. They keep proving it. Day after day, year after year, man, they keep proving it. And we sent them to the table, man, with all these proposals. Like one driver told me today. He said, Hook, where the proposals at? We seen all them, man, where they at? I said, man, look, I don't know. I was at the meeting, the proposal meeting too. He read them all. They read them all, man. Yeah, this is what this is. July, what happened? Man, half an hour lunch, 22-4, and if you don't vote the first time, they're gonna take part of your pension, a part of your raise, put in the pension. That wasn't in the proposal. None of that stuff, man. That's why, man, I'm hoping you guys understand the importance of transparency. You cannot have a situation like this happen again. If the members don't feel like they can trust the leadership, it's going to be chaos. And that's why a lot of people say, man, there's all this division, all this, but it didn't come from us. The division starts at the top, and attitude reflects leadership. These guys are trash. Trash. I know you never heard me, man. I'm done. I can't. It's this whole harassment thing, man. With this guy, with what they did, man. It just pushed me to somewhere else, man. And the fact that they did this because they know that the language is not strong enough, the leadership is not strong enough. They just gonna continue to do it over and over and over again, and it's a shame that we gotta go through this. We paying money to get harassed. We're paying money for all this stuff, and nothing's happening.
You know what? As far as this vote yes stuff, how can this be a fair election when you have your union officials telling you they calling you, sending you flyers,
and the company calling you too,
and the company they probably send my side by side.
Right.
And you send us a ballot, then the first thing I read on there, if you vote no, they can all the little bull crap they put on there.
Right.
And you go to the union hall. From what I understand is you can't use all that stuff in the hall. You can put it on the back table. They have vote yes signs all on the stage, all on the doors, and all that. Everywhere you look, there was a vote yes. Now, when you vote in an election, you go to the polling place. You can't wear
You can't wear none of that stuff.
You can't wear none of that stuff inside the polling place.
That's true.
You can wear it outside,
but you can't wear it inside.
But once you go in the vote, you cannot wear it in there.
Right.
And speaking of that, when we went to the convention, when we had to vote, we couldn't even wear our vests.
Right.
Remember that?
Right. You had to take it off. Right.
We couldn't wear nothing inside the vote.
You had to leave it out there with them guys that were checking the bags. Right.
You couldn't wear nothing in there to say how you were voting.
Right.
But now it's okay because you want to pass this bogus contract.
I'm telling you, man. I'm Clarence.
I forgot about that.
I wouldn't be surprised if somehow or another they made them some type of cash advance and say, hey, look, man, you guys do this. We're gonna give you this. We're gonna slide you. I mean, I don't want to be like that, but you know what, man? I don't know, Kyle. That's what I'm saying. There was no transparency. When they found out about this pension, man, they should have told us from the very beginning. Don't wait until the month that the contract is supposed to expire and expect people to go along with it, and you don't have nothing to tell us that, hey, man, this was it. No, a lot of the guys I've talked to, they're concerned about the pension, but they ain't gonna vote yet because you did that. You gotta let people know what's going on, and then a lot of people say, hey, look. You weren't concerned 7 out of the last 10 years when I ain't get my whole raise. You ain't care about them guys in the progression losing all that money. Now all of a sudden you care? Man, get out of here. The only reason why they care, man, because it's potentially going to affect them. Now, man, oh my God, man, you got to do this, man, it's going to affect you. Oh, Lord have mercy, this, that, and the other. But where was all that compassion at before, man? Where was it at?
Yeah, when they was getting all them split raises.
Right, they didn't care. They did not care. And now, man, I'm telling you, I hope and pray to God, man, that you guys are paying attention. I am, man, because this got to end. We can't keep going. Look, listen, our local will be in existence for 100 years next year. We cannot go to the next 100 years with these same people, with this same attitude, with the same weakness, and let UPS just keep dominating us on a day-to-day basis. These guys are killing us. They're killing you. They're killing. Man, they don't care. All they care about is their political future. That's why, man, this whole jumbo thing, man, they are blowing it out of proportion. I mean, oh my God, he voted yet. July was 6 out of 7. August is 7 out of 7. Now I got proof to say that he did it. But which one is it, man? Which one is it?
Well, he backtracked before when you asked.
That's what I'm saying.
2013.
So I'm gonna be honest, man. Listen. He did it before, Shanahan did it, but nobody want to bring that up, and that's fine. We're not going to bring it up either. There's no transparency in the process. You need to have rank and file members there to know what's going on so they can bring back the information of what's going on. Put it up on the website like so many other locals did. Man, I'm telling you, Joint Council 10 did a phenomenal job with how they let people know what was going on. Man, they told you when the proposal meeting was. They told you what was going on. They told you we had to stand still on this. We're going to come back to this. They told you every single thing what was going on. Then when they came back and recommended a yes vote for their supplement, everybody was on board because they knew from the very beginning what was going on. We didn't get none of that. We didn't get that respect. We didn't get what we were paying for. And now all of a sudden now they want to get mad at us because we telling people the truth. No, don't do your job. Do your job and stop cowing to UPS. Stop letting the RBT dictate to you because you a coward and all this other kind of stuff. Listen, I'm telling you, from now on, this next year, you guys started this. You guys started and we're going to finish it. This is not Hooker talking tough. Oh, no. This is Hooker telling you the truth. It's time out for fun and games. You lied in 2013, and now you're trying to sell us out again. It's not going to happen. This is your last contract that you're going to be able to negotiate. I'm telling you. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. This can't keep happening, client. People getting harassed. They don't fix the language. They gonna keep doing it. There's no guarantee that somebody was going to get paid if they file a harassment grievance. You file a grievance now for a supervised worker, you're supposed to get double time. Do you get it? No. Now you're going to tell me you're going to get it triple time? How you going to get triple time when you ain't even doing the double time? How? Expo had a grievance for almost a year. I filed 5 grievances a couple months ago. I don't know nothing about them. I don't know. I filed them. Somebody got paid. I didn't sign off on them. But you want me to trust these guys? No. Look what they tried to do to us when we went to the other thing. Trying to sabotage all that kind of stuff. But look, I'm not going to get into it. Man. We'll save that for when we need to use it. Now it's about the contract. Hey, look. Every Saturday, Hector Fortes has a show, Union Power Radio, man. You guys need to really check it out. Very, very good show. His team, Experience Matters, is running for office in Local 804. We wish those guys the best of luck, man. Like I told you guys, if you guys need us for anything to come up to support or hand out some flyers or whatever it is, man, because all of us, we have to stick together, man, because these guys, these officers and all these guys are scared of, man, they got to go. They got to go because, man, they're killing us. And then all of a sudden, oh, man, we got to work together. Oh, man, no, how? How can I work with you and you're not doing the job? You're just taking my money. So again, that member who wanted to know what we were going to do, I'm going to reiterate it. So if just in case you didn't hear it the first time or you didn't check it out. Number 1 is transparency. You guys would have known every single step. Every single step. There would have been no question. Right, yeah, I know, James, and that's the misinformation that they're putting out there. They're trying to scare the part-timers, and they're thinking that if you don't vote yes the first time thing, it's for all of us. I ran into the same thing tonight at the hub. I had explained to the part-timer, no, that's just for us. But yo, I'm telling you, Shanahan, you and your team, I want you to think about this when you go back to the table. What can I do differently to make sure these guys get, what they deserve? All we want is for our labor to be respected and for our contributions to be respected. That's all we want. We contribute to you, how you take care of your family. We contribute to how UPS run their business. And guess what happened? Look what they did.
Yeah.
They're selling everybody short. Listen, you don't have to take my word for it. Do the reading yourself. If you think it's right for a guy to come off the street and make as much money as you, that's fine. That's you. I don't think that's fair. I think you pay dues for 4 or 5 years. I think that should show up. It should show up. I believe that. It should show up. If you come in one day and they say you ain't got no work and you got to go home and you've been working all this time and you need that money and they tell you got to go, hey, man, listen, and you know the 22-4 did your job, I think you should vote accordingly. You should vote. Listen, these guys did not negotiate for you. They negotiated for their pocketbooks and their pensions. It had nothing to do with you. This pension scare, when they said if you don't do the first time, That's only the part of the truth. They're gonna keep doing this. If we fall for it, they're gonna keep doing it. They're gonna keep doing it until we don't have nothing left. And it's gonna be the end of collective bargaining because they're gonna pull this whole extortion threat thing every single time. So it's up to you. October the 5th will be here soon. You gotta vote. When you get that ballot, don't wait. Matter of fact, last night at lunchtime, we had a member come up to us while we were eating, and he had his ballot with him. And he wanted to call in a vote right then and there. So you know what we did? We helped him out, and he voted. So listen, we don't mind helping you. Now we're not going to do it for you, but if you need help, we'll help you and showing you how to vote. We be in the cafeteria. You know where we at? We be there for a whole hour. If you need help, now we're not going to vote for you because we don't want to get into hard. Oh man, these guys over there. Listen, we will help you like we helped the brother tonight. We gave him the phone. He did all the work. So listen, we got to get the votes in. These guys got to know that this is our union. It's our labor. None of these guys that's negotiating it had to live by it. So you guys got to vote. It's that simple. So again, after this whole process is over, man, we're going to start the transition and making sure that we do have a rank and file committee from now on, no matter who's in office. This is not a 623 Lives Matter thing, but we're going to start it because we want to know and we want to make sure that from moving forward, no matter who's in office, that there's a rank and file committee in place when these negotiations take place. So when we get the petitions, make sure you sign it because this got to end. The harassment got to end. All this stuff. These concession contracts are killing us. They're killing us.
Yeah, especially the harassment. Like I said, if that was our number one proposal,
and they ain't do nothing.
That should have been addressed. And like I said, there's no reason why a supervisor should be able to put his hands on the employee
and still working there
and still work. And then he goes right back to the same
area where he just pushed the guy, and they don't do nothing.
So
man, that's crazy.
Like I said, if they get away with extorting us this time,
they're gonna do it again.
Next contract,
they're gonna keep
no
doing
matter what they ask for, they're gonna get it because they're gonna say if you don't vote yes for this, we're gonna take this, we're gonna take that. So they're taking the whole democracy out of the election.
Right.
Like I said, when you go to a polling place, you cannot wear nothing inside that polling place that shows how you vote.
Right.
But our Union Hall was plastered.
Vote yes. Vote yes. Then it got so bad, and I'm gonna take that picture down where they try to Photoshop jump. I'm gonna take it down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it down. They try to. Somebody took a picture of Jumbo with one of the signs and they say, "Well, since he voted yeah, I'm gonna vote yeah." You know, everybody in the hey, listen.
Jumbo been voting no since 2015.
Forever. He voted when we were against the man. He was voting no. He been voting no forever. And so for them to pull this stuff, man, and try to get him jammed up, man, listen, they got to try to find a way in to try to stop the momentum because they are on their last legs and they know it. Everybody knows it. And they're trying to find a way. How can we stop this? And it's politics. They always are, man, political. They're the ones playing politics. One of the members called up to the hall maybe last month and asked him about this whole $6 million thing. They was talking to Rod Warrenby. They asked Warrenby, hey, Warrenby, why is it $6 million short? Well, you know, first thing he said was, guess what he said?
What's that?
Jumbo voted yes. She called him.
What do Jumbo voting got to do with the $6 million?
Listen, they gotta find a way to stop what's going on. They gotta find a way. They gotta try to build something up because man, they know this is it. This is their last hurrah. They gotta do something. They gotta find out. Think about this, and this is another thing nobody talks about. I love Kevin Malley. He's a good guy. He is, he's very personable, very likable. Love the guy. Everybody on the board, I have no problem with. Personally, professionally, yeah, I got a whole lot of problems. But personally, man, I would give him the clothes off my back, and everybody know that. Kevin Malley, man, was our BA. Didn't even let us know that he was stepping down. Didn't even let us know. In the middle, how you gonna step down in the middle of contract?
He did what that Bills guy did.
Devontae Davis. Yeah. They quit at halftime.
Yeah,
and nobody talks about that. You in the middle of negotiations and you quit. And this is the thing, Clarence. If you look
somebody
at
said you're still eligible to vote.
And check this out, Clarence. Check this out. Now, in our bylaws, is Secretary Treasurer, President, and Recording Secretary are the top three spots, right? Top 3 spots. He's a Recording Secretary, a position of authority, and quit. You say what you want to say. Now, if it was a personal problem, family issue, something like that, kid, wife, something, I completely understand that, because we make the same decision. But my man just say quit because the team care or my insurance or something might be, whatever the case may be. I don't know the whole story, but I know he quit because of something with the insurance or something, right?
Yeah.
Right. So he quit, and nobody says anything about that. But man, Jumbo, sometimes is Jumbo the principal officer? Because everything go wrong, it's Jumbo.
They act like he's the principal officer.
He must be. Hey, Jumbo, if you're the principal officer, man, you've been lying this whole time, man. You've been lying out here, man, and I see why people mad, because you lying. Now, with all jokes aside, hey, man, look, we got to be serious. Hey, look, everybody make a big deal about it, if he did, if he didn't. At this point in time, transparency is the biggest issue, because the same thing, Shanahan did the same thing, but nobody wants to talk about that, and that's fine. And I get it, I understand. People like Shanahan, people don't really like Jumbo, so we're going to go with Shanahan because, we like him. Don't like Jumbo for whatever reason. And we used to be like that. You know what I mean? We was against the guy. But you know what? After these guys lied, we went to him, apologized to all those guys. Once we found out who the real enemy was, went to him like men. Say, hey, look, man, we were wrong. How can we fix this? And then here we go now. Here we are now. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how a man do things. It's supposed to be.
The only thing Jumbo said he voted for was that, like,
the lunch thing.
And he owned up to that.
Right. But these guys, man, he said he voted for the whole thing. So, you know what, at this point, man, look.
But think about it, the whole thing ain't changed. The same contract.
I know.
The supplement
That's
did not
what
change.
the driver said at the meeting. And I remember it vividly. He said, if we voted no on the supplement 5 years ago and it was trash, it's the same thing, and now you're telling us, you threaten us now. So what you think gonna happen?
So what's gonna happen next year, next contract?
They ain't gonna be in there. They ain't gonna be in there. They done. This is it for them. They know it. And we gotta make sure. I don't care who's in there, but they can't be in there, man. They cannot be in office next year. They can't, man. They are killing us. Ah, man, they killing us. So look, we got about 3 more minutes again. The ballots are in the mail. If you don't get it by Monday, call the hall 215-289-0580. Get your ballot. If your address changed, call. Get your ballot and vote no. They still got the 4-year progression. They still got the harassment. Supervisors, they ain't gonna care. They gonna keep working, and you ain't gonna get paid triple time. You ain't gonna get paid for the harassment. 22-4 is gonna take you overtime. The part-timers ain't getting more guaranteed hours. People at the preload PHL full-timers, you ain't getting job bidding. You ain't getting nothing. Vote no. Don't let these guys scare you. Oh man, you go listen. Do me a favor. When you see Shanahan, ask him to come up with the calculations of how much money we lost 7 out of the last 10 years because we ain't get a full raise. Come up with the calculations. All those members who were stuck in there before your progression, come up with those calculations,
you know what?
And then we'll talk about something.
If you think about it this way, all that money that if you do all UPS, all the money that they save
go to the pension.
Go to the
pension.
That's all they giving us. Only thing they giving us, that's $6 million is all the money they saved. They have them
right. Go to the pension.
So they ain't giving us nothing.
They ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing. And these guys come back and say this best do it. Man, look, y'all gotta vote. You gotta vote. You gotta vote. Listen, I know some people say they don't have no confidence in them guys going back to the table, but don't let that deter you from your duty to your family, please. Look, I don't have no confidence in me either, but it ain't gonna stop me from voting no.
You might not have confidence in them, but have confidence in yourself.
Yes.
Because no matter what they come back with, you got the power to vote it down and vote it.
Please.
So have the confidence in yourself. Vote it down, make them come back with something better. That's all. And just keep voting on until it's a good contract.
Right. This is bad. Hey, look, we're going to get out of here. We got our sister Sherry and our brother Galen get ready to come on here for the Poor People's Economic and Human Rights Campaign. We've been working with them for a while now, man. They really good people. You know, you guys listen to their show as well. It comes on right after our show at 10 o'clock. You know, Sherry, man, she been fighting longer than I've been alive. I know she probably tired of hearing me saying yeah, man, she is a fighter, man. I love her, and you know, she is a very good friend of mine. And look, we're gonna get out of here. God bless. We love you guys. Vote. The ballots are in the mail. Don't sit them down. Vote. Don't get delusional out there. Don't let these guys scare you to think, man, that they can't get nothing better. If you want better, you gotta fight for it. Don't let these guys sell you short on the labor that you provide for them. All right, God bless. We love. Peace out. 623 Lives Matter.